Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. You have no idea how greedy people can be when they actually have a lot of money. Like the lady in the first story who drives a fancy car but still tries to fill up for free at the gas station. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Ma'am, even though you're from a respectable family, you still have to pay for your gas. So I work at a gas station, and one day this old lady comes in and asks my coworker to tank the gas in her car for her because she doesn't know how. He helps her, and the whole time is very polite with her, and she mentions how, for some reason, everywhere she goes, everybody gets mad at her. Today, she didn't want to pay for parking, and the parking workers didn't let her leave until she paid for her parking ticket. Then, after they come inside, and she asks me how much she has to pay, and I tell her the price, let's say 160 euros. She looks around her wallet for a little bit and is like, oh, I guess I don't have enough money. Well, I come here all the time, I'll bring it next time. And both me and my coworker look at each other, and I ask her how much does she have, and she says 120 euros. I tell her politely, okay, so you go home, get the money, and get back here in about 1 hour max. We don't have to call the police. Just be here as soon as you can and all good. She's like offended that I'm asking her to go back home and then come all the way back here, and she starts saying how she doesn't want to drive home and then back here for 40 euros. By the way, her home was about 10 minutes drive from the gas station. And I'm like, ma'am, we work until 2 p.m. If you don't bring money until then, we have to pay those 40 euros that she didn't have. At this point, she's shocked that I'm actually asking her to pay for that, even though she's our regular customer. She also mentioned that she's from a wealthy family and that her brother's a lawyer or something like that, and that we should treat her more nicely. When she said that, I was already so effing annoyed and shocked at the same time that I'm having this conversation with a grown woman. Then she went on about how we were insensitive and cheap for not wanting to pay for those 40 euros that she didn't have. And let me just make it clear that this lady had a nice car and you could see that she wasn't poor. Eventually, when we mentioned police, another 100 euros appeared in her bag and she was able to pay. But before leaving, she said that I was a horrible person and said something along the lines of, "No wonder you work at a gas station." I love my job. And our second story. You stole this car because my son can't afford one. First of all, I drive a red 2005 BMW 3 Series. Nothing too fancy, but I really like my car and I'm kind of proud of it because I'm only 22, looking a lot younger, relevant for the story, and bought it with my own money. Why do I tell you that? Well, flexing, of course, and it's the central point of the story that happened to me today. The cast of my story. EM entitled Mom. ES embarrassed son. FC friendly cop. Me. Well, have a wild guess. So this happened today at my local Burger King. I live in a small village and we don't have a Burger King, so I have to drive to the next town if I want to eat there. Today's afternoon, I felt like going there, so I hopped in the car and got onto the Autobahn. A couple of minutes later, I leave the Autobahn and enter the parking lot of said Burger King. I leave my car, walk into the store, and place my order. After a short while, I get my food and leave the shop. I take the car key out of my pocket, walk towards my car, and press the unlock button. While I open the door and put my bag behind the driver's seat, EM enters the scene. As I put the seat back into normal position to get ready to leave, she suddenly shows up behind me. EM: "That's not your car. Who'd you steal it from?" Me: "I'm sorry, ma'am. How can I help you?" EM: "That car does not belong to you. Who did you steal it from? Tell me so I can tell the police." Me: "Ma'am, this car is mine. I bought it myself with the money I earned at my job." EM: "You're lying. You aren't even old enough to have a job where you get paid well enough to own a car like this. Actually, I don't even think you're old enough to drive a car." Me: "Ma'am, I own this car and I'm 22. I've had my license for more than 4 years now, so I'm very much allowed to drive a car." EM: "No, you're not. You look like you're 16. I'll call the cops on you." Me: "Fine, do it. They can come over and check. I own this car and I have a license. I got my license, saved my money, and bought the car when I had enough. I worked hard for it. EM. No, you haven't. Nobody your age has enough money for a car like this. My son is 18, so he's older than you are. He's working at this store, she points at the Burger King where I ordered my food, after school since he's 16, and he hasn't got enough money to buy such a car. Why should you have it when you're younger than him? Me. Listen, lady, I've worked in IT since I was 18. I'm a trained IT specialist and I work about 40 hours per week. I don't want to sound cocky, but I think I earn a little more money than somebody who works part-time at a fast food place. EM. If you work 40 hours per week, then why are you here in the middle of the day? Me, getting a little bit angry, because I have vacations for Christ's sake, and I'm hungry, so I took my car to get some food. EM. This isn't your car. Stop lying. I bet you're an unemployed dropout who stole someone's fancy car and now you're here to pose with it. I'm calling the cops right now. EM takes her phone out of her purse and starts to call the police. After she started the call, ES leaves the store through the front door and looks at me standing in my open car door and his mom talking on the phone. ES. Excuse me, that's my mom right there. Is everything all right? Is she calling someone for you? Me, still angry AF. Not to be rude, but is it possible that there's something wrong with your mom? She just kept accusing me of stealing my car, and now she calls the police. EM, there's nothing wrong with me, you little F. Watch your language. ES, looking at me. I'm sorry, she can be a little difficult sometimes. Looking at his mom. Thanks for picking me up, Mom. Let's go. EM, no, we will wait for the police to arrive here. ES, very calm. Mom, please relax. Let's just go home. I'm sure he owns this car and just wants to go home too. EM, no way! We'll wait until the police gets here to arrest this thief. ES, looking at me. I'm sorry. Me, it's all right. It's not your fault. Let's just wait until the police arrive so your mom sees that I own this car. Fast forward a couple of minutes, a police car arrives in the parking lot, 2 policemen leave the car, look around a little, and walk towards the 3 of us. FC, hello, did any of you report a car theft? EM, yes, I did. It's this boy right here. Arrest him, officer. Me, lady, I already told you, I own this car. FC to EM, why do you think he stole this car? EM, he's way too young to even be allowed to drive a car. He can't own a car like this. FC to me. I'm sorry, sir, but can you show me your license and your car documents? Me. Sure, wait a minute, I'll get them. I proceed to walk around the car to get my car documents out of the glove box. EM grabs me, shouting, Officer, do something! He's clearly trying to run away. FC. Ma'am, let him go. He's getting the documents I asked for. EM. No, he isn't. He's clearly trying to avoid charges for car theft. FC. Let him go, ma'am. EM lets go of me. I walk to the other side of my car, open the glove box, and hand the documents over to FC. I take out my wallet and hand over my license. FC checks them and says, everything's all right here. Why did you call us? EM. No, the car is stolen. My son is older than him and can't afford a car, so this car is stolen. FC. Look, it's right here in the documents. The car belongs to OP. That name's also on his driver's license, so this car belongs to the young man. EM. I don't care. The documents and the license are fake. Just do your job and arrest him, officer. FC. Look, ma'am, I'll ask my partner to run his license plate through the database if that calms you, okay? EM. Yes, do it. You'll see, this car is stolen. The other cop walks over to the car and looks at my license plate. A couple minutes later, he comes over and says, I looked up the license plate. The car's registered on OP, so it's his car. EM. No, he stole this car. She walks over to me, trying to take my car key. Me. What are you doing? What the hell is wrong with you, lady? EM. It's not your GD car. Give the key to me. I'll find the real owner and give him his car back. FC. Ma'am, please stop this or we'll have to arrest you. EM. You don't have to arrest me. I didn't steal this car. Why don't you do your GD job instead of being effing useless, officer? Arrest this boy. FC. Ma'am, I have to ask you to calm down. Step away from OP or we'll have to arrest you. ES, very calm. Come on, Mom, it's his car. He said it, the cop said it. Calm down and let's go home. Please, Mom. EM stops trying to steal my key and looks at her son. All right, honey, if you want to leave now, we leave. While walking towards her car, she shouts at me, I will get that car back to its owner, you little p. I swear to God I will. EM and ES then proceed to enter their car and drive away. FM hands over my license and car documents. Sorry to bother you. Do you want to press charges against EM? Me. No, it's all right. I'm sorry you had to come out here to take care of this crappy situation. FC. That's okay. This isn't even anywhere near the worst situation I experienced this week. Have a nice day. Me. Thanks, you too. FC. Thanks. The cops get back to their car, enter it, and leave. I finally get into my car too and leave the parking lot to drive home. Now, I'm sitting here eating a cold chili cheeseburger and writing down this story, knowing that EM's son works at this Burger King. I guess I'll never go there again. I don't want to spend a half of another afternoon arguing with EM and waiting for the cops. Wow, this is next level entitled mother. She sounds like a level 99 Karen. And our last short story, a neighbor that never greets me back. I know some good people in the neighborhood. However, the neighbor on my right is a certified douche, typical roided out Marine type that blasts his metal at 1 a.m., never greets me back, steals my paper, and sometimes dumps crap into my trash can. Also, they get mad because I didn't clean the dog poop from my own side right away. I'm cool with everyone else, including my left side neighbor. I'm pretty good with cars, and when theirs have problems, which it shouldn't since it was pretty new Honda Pilot, I lend them a hand. Turned out it was a battery and all they needed was a jump. Ever since, I tend to help them with the oil change and other minor crap. One day it was 29 degrees and the D neighbor's GMC truck wouldn't start. Probably the battery as well. I see him having trouble with it. In his eyes, it almost seems like he wanted to desperately ask me for help. Well, tough luck, because I just drove off. Looking at my rear view, I can see him giving me a death stare. Crap was satisfying as F. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.